Live from the Fireplace Center Sports Studio. SWX starts right now.
Thank you for staying with us. A big night for our local teams around the state. It's the semifinals as those programs look to lock in a spot in the championship game. We start in AA over in Butte. West High boys hoping to get to the title bout for the first time since 2015. They were met up with Kalispell Glacier, and the Golden Bears get the first couple of scratches in. Here's Mitchell Fogelson using those long arms and uses the glass to get the bucket. Wolfpack had issues holding on to the ball early, then made up for it with a parade of triples. Adrian Bowles with one of 3 Glacier makes from deep in the first half. But, of course, West High's Cooper Tyson, he has been aggressive lately. 6 of his game-high 19 from the perimeter. Glacier kept it in reach for the majority of the contest, but for every move, West always had an answer, and they are in to the state championship game for the first time since 2015, 53-42, the final score. And Missoula Hellgate beat Bozeman in the other semifinal, so it's a rematch of that famed Hellgate-West game 30 years ago. The title game tips off on Saturday at 6:30. On the girls' side, Billings West had lost in the semifinals the last 2 seasons. They earned a co-state championship in 2020. Tonight, they're slated once again against Missoula Hellgate in the semis. Knights won this matchup a year ago at Metro. Second chance points were big in this one. Brooklyn Pierce perseveres on the block. It's a kind bounce on the rim. One of the few favorable calls of the game where buckets were just tough to come by. Unless your name is Alex Colville, the Pac-12 commit, buckets usually come pretty easy for her. Unafraid of Sydney Pierce, but Pierce gets revenge on the other end. Count it, and the foul. Golden Bears are fired up. They're starting to taste victory in their state championship bound for the 3rd time in 5 years, knocking out Hellgate 46-39. Both West Side teams are playing on championship Saturday. Let's check out the reigning state champions Billings Skyview, looking to make it a crosstown title matchup against Kalispell Flathead. Bravettes haven't been in that game since 2001. Kennedy Moore wants to be the one to lead her team back to it. She can do it from long range as well. Moore gives Flathead the lead in the 3rd quarter after they trailed by 6 at halftime. There's Alexis Brower for Skyview, deadly from deep, keeping the Falcons in it to the very end, but Moore had the answer. That's 2 of her 20 points. There will be no repeat for the Class AA girls. The Bravettes and a 20-year drought, 51-43 the final there. So your state AA girls matchup is set. It's a battle between top seeds Kalispell Flathead and Billings West at 8:30 tomorrow night. In Class A, Lewistown has been on a mission all season long to get back to the championship game after losing there a season ago. Golden Eagles haven't lost once this year, and tonight it was Frenchtown standing in the way of their goal. Bronx doing their best to put up a fight early on. So much talent, though, for the Golden Eagles. Nice play there for Frenchtown. But then how about Royce Robertson, a man among boys, gets the putback to go there. 30 points for him tonight, and he didn't even play a lot in the 4th quarter. Then Fisher Brown tacked on 24 to that total. 2 of the most prolific scorers in the state, just getting it done all over the place. Golden Eagles didn't have time to mess around. They blow out Frenchtown 61-35. So Fergus is in the state title game for the 2nd consecutive season. They'll play Dillon after the 3-seeded Beavers knocked off reigning state champion Butte Central. We also had really exciting matchups in the Class A girls semifinals where 3 of the 4 teams left are from the Southeastern Conference, and all 4 of them are coming from the Eastern A divisional bracket. Local rivalry between Hardin and Laurel. Winner here goes to the ship. The Bulldogs, as they always do, come out aggressive and hot early on, scored the first 7 points, got the crowd into it. You don't have to worry about that. Lady Locos down by as many as 13 in the first half. They made their run behind Idaho State commit. Elise Avey gets that tough shot to go. Then Caitlin Danick, her teammate, off a long rebound, goes coast to coast. Laurel claims their first lead of the ball game. Bulldogs battle back hard and answered every run. It seemed like they're headed back to the state championship game, 76-71.
It feels good. It's just the best feeling ever, just to know that we can battle for the state championship.
Points for Ayana Bigman. Who would be waiting on the other side? Billings Central or the 2-time defending state champs, Havre. We go to the second half. Rams down 12. Jessa Larson brings them a little bit within single digits, at least, with that 3. Then off the steal, Gigi Hastings drops a one-handed dime to Lily Bland. Rams down 6. That was as close as the deficit would get. Blue Ponies have a hooper in Yelena Miller. 3 straight buckets for her, 25 points in the ball game. The Blue Ponies are a powerhouse. They're going to the title game for the 3rd straight year, 70-49. Hardin and Havre last met in the championship bout in 2019. The Blue Ponies are looking for their 5th state championship in 6 seasons. All right, in Class B, I want to paint you a picture real fast. 2 years ago, the Huntley Project girls didn't win a single game. They went 0-17. Tonight, the Red Devils with a chance to punch their ticket to the title game. Pretty impressive for Mandy Morales' group. It wouldn't be easy. They're facing undefeated Big Fork, the top seed out of the West. Valkyries led by 8 at the half. Here's Paige Loafing. Buzzer-beating 3 to end the 3rd, made it a 3-point game. The A.V. Davy and the Valkyries took fight in the 4th, and Big Fork is championship bound. 28 points by Paige Loafing, not enough. Red Devils fall 56-47. So who would meet the Valkyries for the girls' state title? This was a great game between the Sheep Herders and the Mets of Malta. Tied at half and a 1-point game to end the 3rd. How's this one going to end? Well, Bailey Finn knocks down the triple to give the Herders the lead. Then for Malta, Denver Tuss with the bucket +1. Mets with a 2-point lead under a minute, and Addie Anderson here to make it a 4-point lead. Malta's looking good down the stretch. No, it's waved off. She gets 1 at the line, so it's a 3-point advantage, trailing by 2, 9 seconds left. Finn hits 1 of 2 free throws. Herders get possession. That's Cameron Ketchum. Nobody in her way. She knows what to do with it. 45-43. Big Timber is back in the title game for the 2nd time in 3 years against unbeaten Big Fork tomorrow night. What a win for the Herders. Finally, here at home, it's Class C at First Interstate Arena, and for the Broadus boys, they're seeking their first state trophy in over 4 decades. Hawks battling Big Sandy after the Pioneers downed Luster Christian last night. Big Sandy's Braden Klein, that's a tough fadeaway jumper. They open the game on a 9-1 run, does the Pioneers. Here comes Broadus. That pass finds Eli Heacock. They flip the script going on a 14-2 run. That's kind of been the story of these semifinal games. That's Cooper Zimmer under the basket. They have a 28-21 lead. Broadus does at halftime. Teams trading shots in the 2nd half. Big Sandy keeping the Hawks at a distance. Wiley Snap puts them in front by 5. And Marcus Mader, kind of a last-ditch 3 here, but too little, too late. Broadus falls short. It's the Pioneers, 55-53, moving on to the title game. Remember, they were also the 6-man football state champs. They will play Manhattan Christian after the Eagles beat Belt in overtime. That game tomorrow at the Big Barn at 7:30. And remember, our Class C girls title game was already set last night. Undefeated Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale will meet Twin Bridges in Saturday's final. All right, they're buzzing for MSUB. Let's not forget about those basketball programs. Both teams competing today in the first round of the NCAA Division II Western Regional Tournament. The women, a 4 seed in the Western Regional, playing Cal State University, LA. MSUB led this one by as many as 13. Golden Eagles clawed their way back, but the Jackets are moving on. 4 players score in double figures, headlined by 15 from Taryn Shelley. They play tomorrow night at 8:30. MSUB is the only team left from the GNAC after both Central and Western Washington both lost earlier today. All right, the men tipped off against Cal State Bernardino. It's been a decade since the Jackets were in the state tournament. BJ Shabazz was a monster with 21 points, 12 boards. Carrington Wiggins, though, was held to just 11 as they fall to the Yotes 63-57. MSUB lost their last 3 games of the season, finished with a record of 20-10. That is their first 20-win season since 2006. So we'll see how the Lady Jackets do as they continue to move on at the Western Regional Tournament. That's your check on sports. We'll be right back.